will get his preaching log, will Ted's preaching log be back to the front of the viewing area? Yes, once the grass starts coming in, and it should start since we've had a nice long rain today. Hopefully it'll start coming in this week. And once it does, we'll go into where the trail is. We've got several downed trees from the storms last couple years. And Scott said that we would cut one and bring it in for Ted. And the next question, what are the beautiful flowers growing in front of the cub tree? Well, I was looking over there this morning, and I see lupins growing, so I'm assuming that's it. That is a non-native invasive species here, so we won't be planting those too much around anywhere. There are some there, and there's some growing over by as we walk through the gate here, but they are an invasive species. Are there signs of rapprochement by Tasha and Lucky purely down to Tasha being an estrus? Well, part of that is yes, and part of it is not. I'd say first that the friendship factor is purely Tasha initiated. Females can choose their mate. They can also reject the mates. Yesterday we observed and heard Tasha. She cautiously approached Lucky with gentle tongue clicks, and I want to thank Happy Cub for that photo. Thank you so much. At first, he slapped the ground, but then he sat down in the alley, and she at one point licked his nose. She was then spooked off and ran back from the enclosure, and that was on my part. I had asked the interns to come out to observe the behavior going on, and Tasha didn't realize the interns were coming, and it spooked her, and she ran off. But she just ran behind her enclosure. Lucky ran also, but that ended it. There was no more interaction at that time between them. A true friendship is doubtful, but I talked to Dr. Rogers today, and maybe there's hope, so we may let them out together, just might happen. So thank you for that picture. When Ted is by Tasha's fence, is there vocalization? On his part, yes, he does a lot of tongue clicking, and sometimes he will grunt a little bit, but mostly it's tongue clicks, and he does lick the fence. Tasha will usually whine or moan a little bit. I think she does it purposely, but I don't think she's really afraid of him, but then she moves away. It's a different story when Ted's mom, Cindy, comes. It's a completely different story. She's right there by the fence with both of them. So we'll see what happens in the long run of things. Will you give us details on the wildflower donations? As soon as Spencer or Scott come back to work, they're both off today, of course, and I believe Spencer might be in tomorrow. Scott will be back on Tuesday, and I will get you more information. You can make a monetary donation if you'd like. Send it to the Bear Center and earmark it for wildflowers, or you can wait and we'll give you the details on how to order. But right now, please don't order because we don't want any invasives in here. We want everything that is user-friendly, not only for our bears, but for the environment here, too. Which treats finally got Lucky into the bunker today? Well, let me tell you about that. With him wanting to be out and with Holly, it was a little difficult. But being patient with the bears is usually always successful. Getting them to eventually do what you want them to do is kind of a time-worthy task that our interns are learning quickly, that it's a waiting game sometimes. With Lucky Bear, it's a combination of patience, knowing his behavior, and a little trickery helps. I can't give all my trade secrets out, of course. Lucky is hard to entice with just food. He's not, he's one of my picky eaters, and he's just not interested in food too much. But he was interested in his egg, and I showed it to him, but didn't give it to him. I did give him a yogurt raisin just to entice him that he might get something sweet if he came in. So the food a lot of food is never given to them until they see their bowl, and their bowl is what contains the food. So if he wants it, he has to come into his enclosure to get it. So just waiting patiently for him and getting to the point where he doesn't see anybody around and thinks he's going to sneak in there, eat, and sneak out. I know that game, so I just watch for the behavior. So I want to thank everybody for your patience with the pond and also for your donations that created this pond. It's beautiful. Our bears love it. We love it. And we are working hard to get the grass to grow. Of course, it took a little rain, and we just got that. So thank you to all, and we'll see you tomorrow or be talking to you tomorrow at 12:30. For now, thank you, and good night.